Hi there, Visionary family. Welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to, consider subscribing and becoming part of this growing family here on YouTube. We're aiming for 10K subscribers. And, we're moving towards that slowly but surely. So do consider becoming part of this family. And also, those of you guys who have been following, we are at about 6,200 subscribers. And I know that if each and every one of you guys got one of your friends or families to subscribe, we could really get to that 10K mark before the new year. I'm seeing some of you guys join. Thank you so much for being here. Do stick around. This is a very important conversation. The title is You Are Not Ready for the Move to Africa. So stay tuned because, as I said, this is a very, very important topic that I think a lot of the diaspora need to consider prior to moving here to the continent. For those of you guys who don't know, I do offer consultations for anybody who's interested in relocating or doing business here in Rwanda. And I know there'll be newcomers thinking, who is this Lady Visionary? Well, yes, I'm known as Lady Visionary here on YouTube. I relocated from the UK and now I am living in Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills, with my husband and two boys. So that's it, really. So if those of you guys who are in the chat right now, just let me know where you're listening in from. Try to be as interactive as you can be. I'm not on screen today, but I do apologize, guys. But next time I'll be on, I promise. So do let me know where you're listening in from. So again, I do offer consultations. They're very, very reasonable priced. If you are interested in a consultation with myself, all you have to do is send me an email. My email is projecthealtha@gmail.com. projecthealtha@gmail.com. Guys, stick around for this conversation. As I said, I think it's very, very paramount that a lot of you guys really consider these various points before moving to the continent. And I'm not actually bringing this topic to deter people from moving to the continent, but rather I want you guys to really take a deep analysis before you come, because people are coming to the continent and finding themselves in trouble. And, I believe I give a wealth of information on my channel, and give so many of you an opportunity to reach out to me via email. And whenever I'm live, I give you the opportunity to ask questions. And you can go ahead and ask me questions in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer. But as I said, the topic is you are not ready for the move to Africa, right? And as I said, it's not to deter anybody from coming to the continent, but rather to prepare you and for you to look at your individual situations and determine whether Africa is for you and your family, perhaps, or to determine whether right now is the right time for you to move to the continent. Let me just put up my details for the consultation. So there is the details, projecthealtha@gmail.com, for anybody who may be interested in a business or relocation consultation where we can go really in detail, in depth, about your relocation journey, have any ideas in terms of business and how you will maintain yourself or sustain yourself here on the continent, because a lot of people are under the impression that Africa is extremely cheap, or, I mean, your money can stretch far, but for example, if you have that perception that everything is cheap, then you're going to be in real trouble. And so take, for example, Rwanda. Rwanda's economy is growing. I believe that Kigali is becoming quite expensive, but you can consider various different areas outside of Kigali where your money can really stretch and help you to be sustainable here in Rwanda. Because we're finding also, and I'm giving you this information based upon people that I've interacted with, some of the concerns of the diaspora. I do quite a number of consultations with people and follow-ups when people relocate to Rwanda. I'm going to go ahead and greet you guys in the building, but yeah, the conversation is you are not ready for the move to Africa. And again, I'm not here to deter you from moving to the continent, but rather help you prepare and think about your strategy when moving to the continent. Because I'm finding that quite a number of you, quite a number of the diaspora are getting into trouble, and we will discuss some of the reasons why. So do let me know where you're listening in from. I would really appreciate if you guys could be interactive as possible, so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm going to go ahead and greet. I'm only seeing 2 people, but it says 8 of you guys are watching. So if the others can really be interactive, and as I said, this is also an opportunity for you to ask questions, and I'm going to try my best to answer those questions. Dom G is in the building. Greetings, sis. Greetings to you, Dom G. How are you doing? John Terrace, is it Terrace? Terrace, sorry. You're doing great, Lady Visionary. For someone like me who knows Mossande, who is exactly the Diaspora Project. Where is exactly the Diaspora Project? Is it around Ines University? Yes, that's right. It's around Ines University. Okay, I'm chatting from Leeds, UK. Wow. Yes. Ebony Repat from New York City. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right. Thank you guys so much again for joining the conversation. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you have subscribed if you're new. So many of you guys keep coming back to the channel, but are not yet subscribed. I have so many views on this channel, but I really wish that the views reflected with the subscribers. So do consider subscribing. I'm also on Instagram, so please follow me over on Instagram, become part of my Instagram family. My name on there is lady_visionary, and you guys know a lot of you know I already have a business Instagram, which I'm working hard on. That is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. Yes, Twin Lakes Recreational Island. So go over and check out my Instagram and follow over there. What else? Yeah. So also, guys, I'm on Patreon. So it's www.patreon.com for anybody who wants to, go that extra mile and support me and what I'm doing here in Rwanda. You guys know I'm working also in the Diaspora Building Project, which John asked about. I am building 3 apartments containing 3 bedrooms, right? And I am looking for investors on this project. So if you think that this is something that you would be interested in, the Diaspora Building Project, which I'm building homes for the diaspora, people who want affordable homes, modern, but with a touch of Afrocentric. So that is a Diaspora Building Project, and it's set to start very, very soon and end in 2022, like towards the end of 2022. So there's a lot of work going in behind the scenes. I'm working like a donkey behind the scenes, guys. It's absolutely crazy, but I am positive, and yeah, I believe that all my hard work will eventually pay off. So yeah, I'm working hard. I'm really, really working hard. And you guys who are coming to Rwanda and you want to do the meetup tour, please send me an email and we can do the meetup tour. You get a pickup in Kigali as well as a drop off. It's a 3-day tour. which includes your bed and breakfast, and yeah, a tour around Mossande, the northern province, as well as the Twin Lakes, beautiful Twin Lakes, guys, Lake Brera and Lake Rohondo, as well as a visit to Gisenyi. Sorry, just coming back to the Twin Lakes, you actually get a cruise, a boat cruise across Lake Brera, as well as complimentary drinks whilst you're exploring the beauty of the Twin Lakes. And then, yeah, we go down to Gisenyi by Congo, very, very close to the border of Congo. And you can actually go and see the border crossing. Um, Obviously, ask permission and you can take photos. You can even step across and be like, yeah, I've been to Congo. But yeah, so that's the meetup tour in the northern province. So many of you guys, I keep saying this, but it's true. So many of you guys come to Rwanda and just find yourself kind of just in Kigali. And I say to you, come and explore other parts of Rwanda. Rwanda has what, 5 provinces? So there's a lot to obviously explore and see where you would best kind of fit in. So do venture out of Kigali and explore the other areas, such as Musanze. You've got Lake Muhaze. You have also Nyamata in Bugesera district. Yeah, so venture out of Kigali and, come and see me here in the Northern Province. You guys, make sure you smash the like button. You can support me whenever I am live by super chat. I would really love that. DC is in the building. No, Lady Visionary and family, not ready as yet. Still working on my finance, passive income. I do not want to return to the matrix prematurely. I totally get you. I totally get you, DC. Thanks so much for being in the building. We're going to get right into the conversation very, very soon. I also want to let you guys know that there is a logistics company for those of you guys who want to ship things from, say, the States. Then you can use this email. There's a company in Kigali known as Atlas Logistics Limited, and they can help you out with your shipping needs. For those of you guys thinking about relocating to Rwanda, they will be the company to help you. They are it's a Rwandan owned business, very, very professional, and it's based in Kigali. So do go ahead and send them an email and they will be able to support you with your shipping needs. Again, with the Diaspora Building Project, I am looking for support, whether that be investors or whether you just want to support by giving a donation. That will be much appreciated. All the details are always in the description bar and also on the screen. And again, you can support via PayPal or Super Chat, sorry. I do have a plot of land. It's agricultural land for rent at the Bugesera International Airport. And many of you guys know about this because I've mentioned it time and time again on my channel. Bugesera International Airport is the new airport that they're building in Bugesera district. So if you're coming to Rwanda and you're thinking about a business in, an agribusiness, and you would like to lease land, then you can also send me an email on projecthealtha@gmail.com and we can discuss your needs with regards to that. Okay, thank you guys so much again. I really, really appreciate all the love and support on my channel. Thank you guys. So the topic, guys, the topic. You are not ready for the move to Africa, right? And as I said, I bought this topic because I feel like a lot of people are coming, which is great. The diaspora movement has seen a real shift. More people are recognizing that, they have a connection with Africa, and Mother Africa is where they belong. And Mother Africa needs its children And the movement is absolutely phenomenal. But I feel like people, not just, I don't want to say feel, I don't want to bring feelings into this, because this is some of the realities actually through my interactions with some of the diaspora who are coming to the continent or coming to Rwanda. Um, you can find, well, I found that there's a lack of preparedness, maybe you haven't done your research, perhaps haven't visited the country, you don't know about some of the possible constraints and how that will impact on your overall move. You know, cultural shock is a big one, I believe. Um, I've heard on occasions where, you know, someone has come to the continent and not realizing that, yeah, you will see goats and sheeps and cows. You may have to share the road with these animals, and seeing it as a big cultural shock, but it's something that is commonly practiced here on the continent, where you will see different animals crossing the road with their owners, of course, and that can be quite a shock to people because they don't expect that they'll be sharing the pavements and the roads with animals. And we're finding that's a big cultural shock. And also, it may be that the area that you're living in, um, you know, close by a house, you may find that they own cattle, and so you can have issues around animal smells and things like that. But that's not uncommon here on the continent, and so that's something definitely to really consider. Um, Another thing is the language barrier. Some people come to Rwanda. Let's just give Rwanda as an example. Rwanda, previously, they were speaking French, and obviously, the main language here is Kinyarwanda. And it's only in recent years that they changed over from speaking French to English. And I find that Rwandans are not very confident in speaking English, although they may just be good at speaking English, but they're just not confident with it. And so some people can find that a little bit frustrating, um, find that there's like a communication barrier because a lot of people here speak Kinyarwanda. And I'm not going to lie, guys, the language here in Rwanda is, well, for me, and a lot of people have said that Kinyarwanda is quite a challenging language to learn. It's not um, impossible, but it's very, very challenging. So if you want to, if Rwanda's ticking all the boxes in terms of, I don't know, business, ease of doing business, security, and so on, and you feel like definitely Rwanda's a place where you can see yourself growing and contributing to. One of the things that you must consider is the language and how willing you are to learn the language, because a lot of people here speak Kinyarwanda. Well, yeah, the main language here is Kinyarwanda. You'll find also that people speak French and Swahili. Okay. You'll find, yeah, a lot of Rwandans that speak, yeah, two or three different languages. Like my husband, he speaks six different languages. So it's just something to consider. If you don't know Kinyarwanda, maybe perhaps you can start learning Kinyarwanda. They also have Google Translator for Kinyarwanda. So that's very, very useful, but it's very important that you consider the potential language barriers and how that may impact on your overall relocation journey. So, because I mean, apart from the expat, the diaspora community, I'm sure you may also want to be able to interact with local Rwandans, and so I think overcoming that barrier involves you learning the language. Some of you guys may say, "Oh, I'm too old to start learning the language. I'm too this, I'm too that." I guess you're never too old, but what I'm saying is that you need to consider the challenge around the language barrier and how that can potentially um, contribute to loneliness, because you don't want to leave the Americas, leave Europe, and find that, you're suffering from loneliness because of that barrier that you're facing. And as I said, one of the themes that keep coming up time and time again amongst the diaspora here in Rwanda is the language barrier. And so it's important for you to really understand that, understand what that may mean for you. People are also underestimating the cost of living here in Rwanda, the cost of maybe starting businesses. I mean, it depends on the type of business that you're doing, but you definitely need to have enough capital, and you definitely have to make sure you've done a certain level of research about the business area or the business arena that you would like to go in. People thinking, I'll just come here with maybe $1,000 and then, I'll be fine. Well, who am I to say you may not be fine? But realistically, you need more than just $1,000 to move to the continent or move to Rwanda. You can find that your rent alone in Kigali is maybe $1,200. So how can you sustain yourself on very little or no income? It's important to be realistic, think smart about your move. So smart being specific, being, measuring that as well. How achievable is that? How realistic, and timing as well. Timing, so important. As I said, I'm not trying to deter anyone from moving to the continent. I just want you to think outside the box, look at the bigger picture, be holistic about your move. I know there's a big wave of people in moving to moving to the continent because of what they've seen on the internet. Very, very inspired by what they're seeing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you need to think about your personal situation, think about your family situation, and think, is it the right time? Is now the right time for me? With Rwanda, there's a lot of changes that's happening. Previously, before June 10th, you could just come and buy your land and fly back out the country, or you could just come buy your land and just start to build. But as of June 10th, there has been changes. Rwanda is looking at more sort of investors. Obviously, yes, you can come here and retire, and I'm planning to do another video just to give you a bit more clarity on that. There is a visa called the K permit, where you can apply for retirement. They want to see, I believe it's a CRB check from the country that you're coming from. They also want to see a CV, and they also want to see your bank statement, which is going to demonstrate that you have enough money coming in to be able to sustain you whilst in Rwanda. So that's definitely a possibility. And I believe on that visa, you're allowed to buy property for residency. You also have because there's some sort of relationship between, some sort of partnership between the US and Rwanda. So you can apply for the 10 years retirement visa. However, on that visa, you have to leave the country, I believe, twice a year. And some people find that a little bit cumbersome. They don't want to they just want to stay in one place. They don't want to perhaps travel, feel like, oh my God, like, oh, I have to leave and then come back. So that visa may not be suitable, and it may be worth then applying for the K permit, or the K visa, that will allow you to stay here in Rwanda, buy property, providing you can sustain yourself here. That would not be a problem. Do you have any questions for me, guys? I'm seeing quite a number of you guys here. Please let me know if you have any questions. Throw them at me in the comment section. Make sure you like the live stream. And also, you can support with a super chat whenever I am live. Let's see if you guys have any questions. For those of you guys who are just coming, the topic is you are not ready for the move to Africa. Just a conversation that's, you know, going to help you think about your individual move and whether now is the right time for you. Well informed? Are you ready for the potential issues around language? Are you ready? Are you prepared to learn the language? Um, the lifestyle may be different from what you're used to. I've heard some of you, yeah, in the comment section actually of some of my videos, oh, you can't find some basic things that you would do in, say, America. What you have to know is that if you're going to come with that mindset of um, comparing the US or the UK to Africa to Rwanda, you will find yourself constantly disappointed. And I believe that the move to Africa, there needs to be a total shift in your mindset completely. Otherwise, you are really going to struggle with this move. You're going to struggle because you miss your family immensely, and obviously that's natural. I still have family back in the UK that I miss, obviously, which I miss dearly. My dad, my sister, you know. So you really have to be prepared mentally for this move, and you have to, there has to be a shift in the paradigm in your mental state. So and just know that it's going to be a completely new dimension, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, that's why we're moving to the continent. We want to be on the motherland where we belong. We want to make a contribution, and we want to bring about change for ourselves and for generations to come. So, each and every one of us has to make that analysis and really understand to a deeper level, to a spiritual level, perhaps, of why we have decided to move to the continent. I know why I've moved to Rwanda. I know that I don't want to go back to the West, and I know that I'm prepared. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that I don't go back to the West. Already, I have, I can testify I can just testify that the move here it hasn't been smooth sailing, but I definitely have seen more benefits of moving here and being here and immersing myself with the people and the culture. And I know that, as I said, I know that I will not want to be back in the UK, in the West. Like, I feel like that environment for me was stressful, was just toxic, and it just wasn't fulfilling. And now being here in Rwanda, I'm a lot more fulfilled. I know why I'm here. I have drive and purpose and determination. And I'm sure many of you guys out there also have the reasons why you want to move to the continent. Um, you know, and you need to be reminded of that, especially when you're here on the continent and you're facing your individual challenges. Some of you guys can even throw the towel in because you're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. I'm already hearing diasporans saying, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this, or I wasn't prepared. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that. And that's why I say, before you think about moving to a country, please, please, please come and visit the country first. Um, I don't think 2 weeks is enough. I stress that a lot on my channel. I really don't think 2 weeks is enough for you to decide that, okay, this country is the place that I want to be. Because, the realities start to kick in about a particular country, how you feel, how you feel in terms of, is this country best suited to my needs, and so on and so forth. Another person may come and absolutely love it, you know, and another person may come and be like, okay, I don't think this is for me. And that's why I stress time and time again, please, guys, come and visit first before you make any big decisions about selling your house wherever you are, about, you know, selling your car, selling your dogs, selling your cats, you know, selling your birds. Um, think about it carefully. Think about it carefully and come and visit first, because visiting first is going to help you to gain sort of first hand experiences and, you know, really kind of network and do some field research. And that's going to really help you to make an informed decision rather than jumping in and then realizing, oh my goodness, this wasn't for me. And you've potentially given yourself more stress than it's worth, if you know what I mean. So let's see who else we have in the building. Let's answer some questions. I am here for an hour, guys. You have me for an hour. So go ahead, throw your questions at me in the comment section. Make sure you like this live stream. I would really appreciate if you like. If you're new, then make sure you know, smash the subscribe button. But again, this conversation is for you to think about whether this movie is for you and not just jumping on the bandwagon. And really, I stress time and time again for those of you guys who definitely know you want to move to the continent, have some type of strategy in terms of business. Rwanda is more geared towards, like, they want people coming to invest. You know, they have a plan for investors. For those of you guys who need more support, and clarity, then you can reach out to the Rwanda Development Board. And every Friday they have an investment, is it investor opening day every Friday, starting from 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock. So if you're in Rwanda, then that's the place to be on a Friday. And they're very, very professional and willing to offer you, or willing to give you, as much information as possible and point you in the right direction. They have also case managers. Is it case managers? So when you apply for the investment certificate, you're allocated like a case account manager that sees you through your journey, because they want you to be successful. So there's someone who can support you and direct you along your business journey. Okay, so DC was saying, no, Lady Visionary and family, not ready as yet, still working on my finance and passive income. I do not want to return to the matrix prematurely. Exactly. And so that's why I encourage people to really think. Everybody's situation is different. You cannot look at somebody else and say, well, this person's doing okay, so I'm going to be fine. What you may find is that you try to emulate someone and you don't know how they're getting their money. They haven't been completely transparent about that. And you try to emulate that and then find yourself in trouble. And please do send out your questions. I am going to read through them and answer them the best that I can. Anybody who's interested in a consultation with myself, that this is the email, projecthealtha@gmail.com. I usually do the consultations via Zoom, and it is at an affordable price, guys. It's very, very affordable. So do consider setting up a consultation with myself. Yeah, let's have a look at your questions, if any. Unapologetically Naturals in the building. Hello, good evening, Kerry Ann. Finally, I caught one of your lives. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you turn on the post notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I post, because I know some of you guys be like, oh, I missed the live. But is your post notification bell on? Because that will definitely alert you whenever I'm live. But I know that also YouTube is trying to sabotage some of us Black content creators. So yeah. Is it XAUSD trader? Well, it depends where you are living in South Africa, but it's true, crime there is high. Yeah, I mean, you know, you have to consider the economic status of where you're going. You need to know about the cost of living in that particular region or area. Don't just generalize and think, well, this country is cheap, so definitely the whole continent is cheap. As I said, I believe that Kigali is becoming increasingly pricey. Well, to me, what may be pricey to me may not be pricey or expensive to another person. But I've seen over the years how like the rental market has really changed. How it changed in terms of like increase in rental prices, especially I believe with the diaspora movement. I definitely believe that there's a hike in prices for houses, not only rentals, but also what is it? Sale properties for sale properties. ATM. Okay, sorry. Ebony Repat. My concern in investing is the local purchasing power of Rwandans. I think relying on just the expat community to have sustainable income is not the best approach. Any comment on this? Well, that is a very, very good point you're making, because even today I had a consultation, and I think in general, because what you got to think is that what you got to think about in business, obviously, you're wanting to make profits, you're wanting to be sustainable. So you have to think about, the what is it, the population and the type of economy that you're in. Rwanda's population is what, 13 million. Half of that 13 million, so 6.5 approximately, are young people, more than 70% of those young people are unemployed. So, yeah, you make a very, very fair point about the purchasing power, although more and more Rwandans, if you look at the statistics, are moving from low income into middle income brackets. But also, I say, when you're thinking about your business, don't just think Rwanda. I think you need to just you can even think further afield. You have the neighboring countries such as Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, Uganda, Congo, which are larger populations. So something to think about in your business plan. So Ebony Repat, you make a very, very good point. Hopefully, my comments was also useful. ATM Tim is in the building. Hey, hey, hey. I'm saying hello, visionary family. Vincent, thank you, Lady Visionary. It's been a while, minus listening from you, but I believe you're doing a great job in Mossande. Rwanda is the best place in the whole world. In case you want to retire, please move to Rwanda. Okay, yeah, Rwanda is a really nice place. I think I think it's a really nice place to retire. It's just really relaxing, chilled. It's not hyped. Well, I believe that to be true. It's not hype. It's pretty laid back. You have security, and yeah, good weather as well. So yeah, I think Rwanda is definitely a good place to retire. IAS Production says, at Ebony Repat, that is a great observation. Yes, very, very good point. Joseph King is in the building. Hey, Joseph King, how are you? Good informative stuff. I'm interested in shares and stock investment. What do you think about that type of investment? To be honest, I don't know enough about that, but I know there are companies that are off shares. But you need to kind of look into that, what you're interested in, what you're interested to invest in. And definitely when you're on the ground, you can connect with various companies that will offer shares in their companies. But as I said, I don't know enough about that. But as for me, I am looking for investors, for the Diaspora Building Project. So if that's something that you may be interested in, then you can reach out to me and definitely we can talk more about that. Guys, if you have any questions, please do send them out to me. Today's topic is, you are not ready for the move to Africa. Very, very important conversation because I do also believe that a lot of you guys are moving on impulse, you know, rather than information and strategy. So that's why I believe that this conversation was or is extremely important. XA USD trader, Ebony Repat, if you want to contribute and bring change to Africa, then Rwanda is a country for you. However, if you want to grow your business, then you should consider countries with high GDP. Yes, I understand. But there are lots of opportunities here in Rwanda. I see it every single day. There's so many opportunities that's basically untapped. So once you do your field research, then you can decide which way to go. But what I'm seeing with my eyes here on the ground, it's really overwhelming. And I just wish I had all the money in the world to be able to dive into those projects. Obviously, delegating, but yeah, the potentials are still huge. Um, Vince and it's asking how much is a hectare of land in Mossande, just in one of the highlands around there? Well, in Rwanda, especially I think also this region here in the north, you'll find that a lot of the local people, obviously they own the land, but it's extremely rare to find someone who has a hectare of land. Um, you you'll find that a lot of the local people own small plots of land, and then if as an investor, if you wanted to do a project, you'd have to approach those local people, buy the land from them, and then merge the land. So you can find that, for example, a hectare of land, maybe that's owned by 30 different or even 40 different people. And it can be quite hectic negotiating with all those people. But in some cases, also the government can intervene. If you have a very good project that's going to have a huge impact or a transformational impact on the people, then the government can actually help you to acquire that land. But basically, it's very, very difficult to get a hectare of land. Land is like gold here in Rwanda, although it's not impossible. Yeah. Hurricane is in the building. A friend of mine said that because of NGO and UN employees purchasing houses with high incomes, some of the housing prices in Rwanda are going crazy. Yes, that's really, really true. That's something I've seen. The real estate market has transformed, I think, especially in Kigali over the last, say, 3 to 4 years. So it is becoming a bit pricey, I think, personally. So it's definitely something to consider, most definitely. Elevate Your Now is in the building. Greetings. We are considering moving, but plan to come stay for 6 to 8 weeks. Do you suggest staying in different areas of Rwanda or staying the whole time in the area you think you live? Very interesting question. But I mean, if you think that, you've done your research and you think, well, yeah, I'm definitely confident or sure that this is the area that I want to be in. But I always encourage my supporters, my subscribers to venture out and see more of Rwanda before making a decision about where you would love to settle. So I would say 6 to 8 weeks. We have 5 provinces here. So I think you can venture out and see a couple of the provinces and then, make a decision. Hopefully that helps. I always encourage people to not just stay in Kigali because I feel like everybody's like, once they see Kigali, they're like, oh my God, the city, Kigali is very clean. A lot of you have said that it reminds you of the West or America because, some parts of Kigali reminds you of back home in the West or America. But I always encourage you to venture out and see more than just Kigali. That's why I also offer the meetup tour here in the Northern Province. You can come, you can visit the lakes this side, do a boat tour, have a look at the different volcano chains, also find out more about real estate here in Mossande, compare that to Kigali, and also visit Gisenyi by Lake Kivu, and yeah, just chill and explore. Guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you smash the like button, please. I know I'm usually showing my face on the live, but not today. Not today, but hopefully that won't distract you from the main points of this conversation. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. I believe we can do it. If every single person here on my channel, and we've got what, 6,200 around there, if everyone got someone to subscribe, we could definitely achieve that 10K mark. There is already, I'm like, I'm wanting to achieve 10K subscribers by the new year, or early part of 2022. Can't believe like this year has gone by so quickly. Yeah, it's gone by so quickly. I'm already writing my New Year's resolutions. You guys, some of you guys may have seen on my community tab where I announced that I will be going back into healthcare. I have mentioned several times on this channel that I am a qualified physiotherapist. I think in America they call it physical therapist. And I have like over 10 years experience. Previously registered to practice here in Rwanda, but I haven't been practicing for about a year now since I left the UK. And I will be going back to medical practice. Oh my God. So I need to re-register to practice here in Rwanda, which I will do. So if anybody wants to support that, please do consider doing that. I will also put the details of how you can support. Again, whenever I'm live, you can support with a super chat that's indicated by the $sign. And also, yeah, as I said, via PayPal as well. I will send out the details in the chat for anybody who may be interested. I'm seeing more of you guys in the conversation. Let me know where you're listening in from. I'll give you a moment just to send out some questions. I do have, I have another, 10 to 15 minutes. So throw your questions out at me and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Make sure you have smashed that like button if you haven't already done so. And again, those of you guys who may be interested in a consultation around business and relocation to Rwanda, you can send me an email. It's projecthealtha@gmail.com, projecthealtha@gmail.com. There's the PayPal details for anybody who's interested to support. And I am also on Patreon as well. Is it Imboni You Rwanda TV? Thank you, Lady Visionary. Rwanda is a great country for investors. It really is. I know now, like, there's been changes with regards to like purchasing land. If you fall outside the retirement bracket, and you're wanting to, set up a business, invest here in Rwanda, you do have to, and you want to buy land, whether that be for business or residential, you have to have an investment certificate. So those are the new policies, which we're still kind of waiting for to be signed by the president. But that's currently what's being practiced. You have to have an investment certificate. So you would apply for the investment certificate through the Rwanda Development Board. There is a $500 US dollars charge with that application. And the waiting time or the process time is about 5 days, but the reality is that it could be a little bit longer. They require like a business plan, um, yeah, a business plan as well as like your financial projections over 5 years. That investment certificate also allows some items that you import to be duty free, and it lasts for about, well, it lasts 5 years. Okay, elevate your now. Right, thanks. What we were thinking, but we also would like to be by a lake. Thank you. So, you have well, yeah, Giseni is a nice place. It's got a lot of options, and also Lake Muhazi. So sorry, Lake Kivu Giseni, which is by Congo. You have a variety of options, and it's on the water. You're near the water, and then you have Lake Muhazi. So that's another option, Lake Muhazi or Lake Kivu. Joan Ford, I would love the countryside where I can grow a small garden. Will I be able to get a place like that okay, you're listening in from Florida. Thanks, Lady Visionary, for all you do. Thank you so much for being here and, asking this question. So definitely there's enough green space here to be able to plant fresh fruits and vegetables. In the northern region where I am, it tends to be a little bit more chilly because we're on a higher altitude, whereas like towards Kigali is a lot more warmer than this side of the woods. But yeah, it's definitely possible where you can buy your piece of land and also have enough space to be able to grow your fresh fruits and vegetables. And it's always nice because the diaspora who've moved here, when I go to visit them, they've really got into gardening and planting fresh fruits and vegetables and eating from their garden. So that's really good. For me, I'm not eating from my garden because I don't have enough green space, but I have acquired enough land from which I plant on which I plant fresh fruits and veg. So yeah, that's really, really good, guys. It's really, really good to be able to have your piece of land. You have your property, and you also have a place where you can also have a small garden, as you said, Joan Ford. So yeah, that's definitely possible. Without a doubt, it's possible. John King. Okay. Oh, that's a good question. What's the retirement age regarding that new land policy? I would not be able to tell you right now, but it's definitely something I will look into. I do not think they have put a retirement age. You just have to make that application. Yeah, as far as I know, they haven't put an age restriction on that, but you would have to make that application. Okay. Elevate Your Now is listening from Oakland. Oh. John King, I'm listening from Milton Keynes. I wasn't living very far from Milton Keynes. I was in Birmingham prior to moving to Rwanda. Um, Fitawari is fitness, sorry, peace to you as well. Kids, is it Nadai is saying which one of the lake is close to the new airport? Um, by the airport, you have a lake called Lake Kidogo. Lake Kidogo. Yeah, I forgot what Kidogo means. Means small? I'm not sure. Kidogo in Swahili, does anybody know Swahili? Does that mean small? I think it means small. I'm planning, well, I shouldn't say I'm planning because, I'm failing to get better at my Kinyarwanda. I mean, I do know like basic. I would probably pass in like basic conversational Kinyarwanda because I can I can make my way, I can move around with my basic Kinyarwanda. So yeah, the yeah, so um Lake Kidogo is the one that's closest, I believe, to the airport. Yeah. But the land prices around the lake have really gone through the roof. Really gone through the roof. I did a video with um African Tigress, and I was talking about, the new airport and buying land around the airport, and how this was what back in 2019 when I did the interview. And so I was really encouraging you guys to, you know, grab grab the land. Well, not grab the land, but start investing, buy a piece of land. But a lot of you were slow to buy, or, a lot of you guys didn't take up that opportunity when I spoke about it. And so, there's been a lot of changes with regards to land and acquiring land. And I know that some of you have been a little bit put off by that, but it's just another process that you have to go through and then pay your 500 US dollars. But I see other people that don't look like me and you doing it. So I'm like, okay, why do we have to complain? Why do we have to complain? So, guys, do make sure you like the live stream. I'd really appreciate that. Again, you can support whenever I'm live. Okay, Joseph King. Joseph King. Joseph King. Let me just pin this. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. Right. Do you have any questions? Let me know if you have any questions. Hurricane is saying, do you prefer the countryside in Rwanda over the big city? Yes, I'm definitely a country girl. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely a country girl. I love the country. One of the reasons I think I'm also more drawn to the country, where I am in the north, I'm close to the Twin Lakes, so that's Lake Burera and Lake Rohondo. Many of you know that I am working on a project at Lake Burera, and also where I am, I'm about 45 minutes to an hour's drive to Lake Kivu, which is one of my favorite locations here in Rwanda. I absolutely love it. I love being next to the water or near water. For those of you guys who don't know, I am an African, but I was born in Jamaica, and I grew up on the beach. So I am a beach baby. I'm a water baby. And yes, I can swim, because I know some of you guys may ask. Yes, I can swim. Okay, John. I believe John is Rwandan, Kidogo and Lumera Lakes. Okay. I guess that's near the airport. But the one I do know is Kidogo, because I've actually visited Lake Kidogo whilst visiting the airport. And a lot's happening. There's a lot of developments that's happening right now. Like that airport, I know there were delays due to COVID, and I think they were renegotiating the contract regarding building that airport. That's Bogosera International Airport. But I was there like maybe about 2 months ago, maybe now. And there is tremendous progress. I'm so impressed with Rwanda right now. Ivor Reynolds is in the building. Hello, hello, and welcome. How are you doing? Hi, Visionary. Lady Visionary. Really, the key. Really, the key is to live in a country with a development vision and grow with that country. Yes, and that's what I love about Rwanda, I guess, because Rwanda does have a visible developmental vision. Their plans, you can read their plans for the coming future or the coming years, sorry. And, you can also position yourself with that. You can strategize with that and grow with Rwanda. So that's one of the reasons, I'm here and why I continue to be here, because even whilst being on the ground, I can see that Rwanda is not a country that just talks. They put the talk into action. And that's what I'm about. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm about. So let me know if you have any more questions. I've been on for about an hour now. So I'm probably going to round up very, very shortly. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have joined the conversation. You could have been somewhere else, but you decided to be here with me. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. If you feel like there was a point that I missed, you want me to expand on, I'm still here, so you can go ahead and throw your questions at me. And as I said at the beginning of this live, the topic is you are not ready for the move to Africa. It's in no way to deter anyone from coming to the continent, but rather to make a deep analysis about your move, why you're moving. Are you just jumping on the bandwagon because of, I don't know, videos that you've seen on YouTube? And as much as, yeah, we've got some amazing content that's coming out on YouTube that's shedding light and inspiration, even to me, I find it very, very inspirational. But also you need to distinguish between virtual and reality. And what may work for someone may not necessarily work for you. So you need to be able to think about your individual needs and whether that country will fulfill your needs. And as I said, come with an open mind. Don't be rigid. Don't be uptight. Don't be restricted. Don't put yourself in a box. Be a free bird, you know. There has to be a dynamic mental shift when it comes to the continent, because you've been living in America maybe your whole life, you've been living in Europe most of your life, and you're making a transition to a place that you perhaps know very little about, or you're learning more about. And that all takes time and patience. So a lot of you think that when you come to the motherland, everything is just supposed to be smooth sailing. But you will find that that's not going to be the case. Okay, so I want you to come prepared. Come prepared. Do your research. Start building connections from the Americas or from Europe. If it's a particular business industry that you are interested in, you can start to make contacts. You can start to set up meetings for your visit. I know quite a number of you who have strategized in a way that you've set up your meetings even before you touch down on the ground here in Rwanda. So yeah, you really come with a plan, really strategized, and finding your way, right? But so many of us, or so many of you coming because you haven't strategized, you will find that you lose your way and lose your overall purpose as to why you came here to the motherland. And the truth is, I am seeing other diasporans who haven't planned properly, regret, let's just say regret, or yeah, pretty much regret, or not visiting, or perhaps start to think whether they've made the right choice. So I'd say come visit Rwanda, visit some other African countries, and then decide. I know, traveling around the continent is not cheap. Tickets can be fairly expensive, but it's something to also consider, because, you also have people who come and they're like, oh, this is the first country I've visited. maybe I can go and visit. They're curious about other countries or thinking about maybe Uganda, for example. But then again, it's expensive to travel around all these African countries. Yeah. So guys, hopefully this has been useful. Give me a thumbs up if you think this has been useful. Have you guys got any questions? I've got time for one more questions. I'm seeing quite a few of you in the building. So please, if you have a question, let me know. Otherwise, I will be rounding up. And again, guys, please get a family member or a friend to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. I'm not seeing any questions, so I guess I will go ahead and sign out. Right. Again, before I leave, guys, we've got the Diaspora Building Project. If anybody is interested to invest in that project, then you can send me an email on projecthealtha@gmail.com. Right, where is that email? There we go. It's now on the screen, projecthealtha@gmail.com. And we can talk more about the Diaspora Building Projects, which is about building homes for the diaspora here in the Northern Province. Homes that are affordable, modern, and functional. So do send me an email. And if anybody is interested in a consultation, a relocation or a business consultation, then again, you can email me, projecthealtha@gmail.com. Do want to let you guys know that I'm also on Patreon, where I'm sharing some behind the scenes info. And there's about to be another change, which I'm going to update you guys on very, very soon via Patreon. My Patreon is www.patreon.com/ladyvisionary. If anybody is here and not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is lady_visionary. My business Instagram is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. So you can go ahead and support me over there. Again, I'll put out the details for anyone that may be interested to click on the link and support the work that I'm doing here in Rwanda. There's so much I'm doing, guys. I haven't displayed everything, but I guess that's because maybe because, yeah, I want to keep that as a surprise, right? I do want to keep that as a surprise. So I'm working a lot behind the scenes. Those of you guys who come to do the meetup tour will be able to see what I'm up to when you come and visit me here in Northern Province. But yeah, I'm working so hard, and your ongoing support means a lot. I've just again sent out the link for anybody who may be interested to support. Hurricane is saying thank you so much for being here. Or Hurricane, thank you so much to each and every one of you guys who continue to support and show me ongoing love. That really means a lot to me. Really means a lot. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. Yeah, it keeps me also inspired. So I thank each and every one of you for your ongoing love and support. And yeah, continue to come back, continue to like my videos, which helps me to gain exposure as I move towards the 10K subscriber mark. And also want to increase the visibility of the work I'm doing here in Rwanda and showing people that, stepping outside your comfort zone, stepping outside of the Americas and Europe, you can really strive and live a much better quality of life. You don't have to lose your sanity over in the West and in the Americas. So I'm showcasing all of what I'm doing here in Rwanda, being transparent, and letting you guys know that it's possible. The transition is possible. It's not easy because even a year on, I'm still working through my challenges, but I have an attitude of never give up, and I'll definitely make it. I mean, the more I'm here in Rwanda, the more I feel like, you know, I'm definitely not going anywhere. And the more my roots are deepened, and I definitely don't want to go anywhere else. But obviously, I will travel to other African countries and think about the possibilities in terms of partnerships and projects in the future. But for right now, my base, or where I'm staying, will be definitely Rwanda. So, guys, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Really appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys again in the next one. Take care and have a good day wherever you are. Take care. See you soon.